Hello and welcome to the Daily Conspiracy Podcast. We don't take days off because reptilians don't take days off, regardless of how many days we actually appear to take off. How you doing, Oliver? It feels like because of our recording schedule last week and things that went on, we were on other people's shows that maybe weren't recorded on the days we would normally record. This might be the longest we've spoke to each other for fucking ages.
I feel like something's missing. You know?
Like what?
Well, for
Something.
one, my fucking beard.
Do you know
That's
when you
missing.
when you do something quirky, you should always kind of let somebody else bring it up.
No, I know you should.
I would have
don't.
done. I would
No,
have
no, I just wanted to bring it up. The fact that I look like a complete twat, I can own that.
I feel that with your hairline, Ollie, and maybe just like a little slick forward, and then like a little shave either side of the mustache, I think you've got a strong look.
Of what?
The type of look that would invade Poland.
Oh, you mean the type of look that like Nick's granddad?
Yes.
Great granddad.
The very same look. Yeah, I think that might be the way. If I'm perfectly honest, I think that might be the future. Before we get into tonight's show, we're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to there's been some pretty heavy shows lately, and I'm sure the heavy shows are going to come back with the sort of stuff that's going on.
100% they're going to come back, but we need this.
Yeah, we're going to have some
we
fun.
We fucking need this.
Everyone fucking relax. Like if you're in bed, just you're not going to have to cry to sleep tonight. If you're at work, fucking go for maybe a 45-minute shit, something like that, to really work yourself into the day, that type of thing. We'll, like I say, we'll have some fun, and we have good news. We have good news and good tidings. So first of all, what I want everybody to do is I want you to go and like the podcast or whatever thing you're looking on. Especially if you happen to be one of the people that watches on YouTube. Apparently, there's something new with the YouTube algorithm where you need to like and comment on a video immediately. Otherwise, the videos get no traction. I was watching a video from Linus Tech Tips, and yeah, YouTube are fucking around with shit. So just fucking try and help us out. Do it. Same thing goes with Spotify. To be honest, you guys over at Spotify, you guys are doing the best of all of the audiences we have. You guys turn up in the comments. I love speaking to you. I don't know if anyone that hasn't commented on it that listens on Spotify but doesn't comment on podcasts, it actually turns into a thread now, so you can kind of reply to people and have conversations rather than it just being a single thing that's said. So that's really cool. There's been some people saying some really, really nice things. There's some people that say some not so nice things. I enjoy them all, and they all give me energy and life force.
They always say nice things about me, so just saying.
Yep, that's probably not true. So yeah, whatever you listen to us on, please leave us a comment, share us. It's the best way you can help the show is to do that. The second best way to help the show is you can join the Patron. Now, the Patron has never been for us about a money making exercise, and it's always been it's always this balance of, I mean, obviously we started doing 5 shows a week. That wasn't working. I don't think it was working for you guys. It certainly wasn't working for us. I know some of you missed the extra shows, but we saw the analytics, and Mondays and Fridays were the lowest download numbers we had. Monday especially. Friday, putting the omnibus out on the Friday rather than a new show, actually strangely does better than when we were putting a single episode out, a single new episode. So we think the new format is now bedded in. It's good. The shorts are, as of next month, going to go bi-weekly rather than loaded at the end of the month. I'm going to start putting them out like first week, second week, or second week, fourth week. One of the two. That needs ironed out. But the Patreon has never really been, like I say, a money-making exercise for us. It was always a way, and the whole idea that the Patreon came up was we wanted to give you guys that if you hate the adverts, and I know I don't particularly, I think most people that have got Netflix pay the extra money on the subscription to get rid of the adverts on Netflix. Same with Disney Plus, same with all these things. Nobody really likes Netflix. Nobody really likes adverts, but they do keep the lights on for people. We've decided that we want you guys to have value when it comes to the Patreon, and we've dropped our Patreon price to $2.99.
We fucking half the bastard.
Well, that's it's like purely there is nothing. There's no like desperation or like plans or anything behind this. It is purely about giving what we believe is value to you guys, and because it's that delicate balance of something. Like if people start listening on Patreon, listen without the adverts, you've got to kind of make up for the ad revenue that you're going to lose as well for people. But realistically, it's more about just giving people the option. I don't want people to stop listening to the podcast because they don't like listening to the adverts. And then they won't pay for the Patreon because $5.99 was too much for them to pay, or they couldn't afford it. And it's the fact is that we see it now with like video games, we see it with food, groceries, everything. Everything is going up in price. Everything's going up in price. But the output, the amount it costs us, apart from time to make this podcast, isn't one of those things that's going up in price. So it just makes more sense to us to offer a slightly better deal, and then hopefully you guys out there, which may have been looking at the podcast Patreon, thinking, "Oh, I would do that, but I don't want to pay for that." Or people, I know, right? I know some people have tough times. I wouldn't say who it is out of politeness, but I've had messages on various platforms saying, "Oh, I subscribed, but I can't. I've had to cancel it this month because I'm skint. So I'll resubscribe next month."
And bless them, they come back as well. They do.
And bless, yeah, they do. Those people have always come back after sending that message. And yeah, if we can help that type of thing by like dropping a couple of dollars off something, we'll drop a couple of dollars off something. So anyway,
I mean, it might help keep. It pays for stuff that we pay for it in the month to keep the lights on. But like Lee says, the ad revenue, we can't turn those fucking ads off because that's going to get us to have this as the day job at some point.
So if we can't turn those off, the best thing we can do is offer you a way to turn them off yourself.
Yeah. So there you go.
That's the best way to do it.
Put that in your bum.
I think that's all the nonsense.
Just quickly, in case you are, you don't know, if you are already paying for the Patreon, we've dropped it for you too. So there you go.
Yes, yeah, that's as of today, as of like the minutes before recording, it was changed and we put a message up. So yeah, that's all that stuff out of the way anyway, and we hope you are happy with it. If you're not happy with it, I'm sorry.
Go sign up anyway.
Sign up twice. If you go, oh my god, how I don't only want to give these people $2.99. I'm happy you're giving them $5.99. You can go and edit your pledge. You can continue to give us $5.99. I don't mind. We're just trying to be nice. Anyway, Oliver,
Lee.
Alien life forms in fucking fridges from rocks that fell from the sky.
Fucking 2025, Lee. 2025, I said this all along. This would fucking happen in 2025. We would get a fucking rock and it would fucking start growing legs.
So, For the uninitiated, where was it? Was this in Peru?
Do you know what? Should we... let me bring this guy on.
Well, hang on. Before you bring this guy on, because this is a later video, isn't it? Let me explain to the
I've
good
got the
people.
beginning. I thought I'd take us through the fucking journey, Lee.
I'm sitting comfortably.
Right. Well, I say I've got the journey. I've got it from The Rock, but I can... I think it was Peru, and there was an asteroid. The guy happened to film it from his garden, and then, lo and behold, he walks out into the jungle, and there is a burning bit of ground with what only looks like a deformed egg pebble. He takes it home.
People have tried to say that it was a small potato sprayed silver.
Why would you spray a potato silver?
Don't know.
Gold, if you're going to do anything with a potato. But yeah, he introduced this thing. Apparently it was cold to the touch. He introduced it to leaves. The leaves started to burn. There are videos of that as well, where you can see these leaves burning. But then he picks it up with a hand like a knobhead. I mean, I won't be touching that with my fingers. We've all seen fucking alien movies, people. What sort of a dickhead picks... Anyway.
To be fair, no, hang on. To be fair to anybody that finds a thing, because I've often thought this about finding like extraterrestrial shit, or you see a spaceship. It's a 50-50 chance in the film world, isn't it? You're either walking away from this with superpowers, or you're not walking away at all. It's up to you whether that gamble's worth it.
I mean, I definitely wouldn't have touched it. I really wouldn't.
You'd have licked it.
I'd have made love to that little thing. And it would have enjoyed it.
It has got a little clit tickler.
Anyway, let this guy will explain it better, and he's got some lovely ambient sound behind it.
Okay, if this video is legit, we are screwed. Seriously. So a man in Panama claims that he recently...
Oh my God, it's fucking Neil deGrasse old Tyson.
It is AI Neil. But just, I love that when a video starts with such optimism. It's like, if this video is correct, we're screwed.
Is it AI?
AI Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Is it really? Or is it... Maybe Neil's interested in it.
It's definitely AI Neil deGrasse Tyson. The thing's not AI.
All right. Spar more fun. Here we go.
found a freshly fallen meteorite. At first it looked just like some old space rock, so he kept it as a little collectible, but then he started doing experiments on it and noticed some very strange things about it. For example, he put a leaf on it and it shrivels the leaf and then actually even burns it, like burns right through it, which is strange. And over time, he noticed some even weirder things happening. For example, the impact zone in the dirt where it landed actually glows at night. I'm not sure if it's like a radioactive substance or something, but then something completely bizarre, and honestly I'd say worrying, starts to happen. It started growing, almost as if it was alive. So here's the argument. Is this just some wild fungi or spores from the dirt? Or is it actually an extraterrestrial microbe that flew to us across the galaxy? I mean, typically, anything alive would burn...
Mate.
Just, sorry to stop this here. For the audio listeners, hopefully everybody has seen this thing. So what you've got is, you've got like this silver metallic looking pebble rock thing, might be a sprayed potato. And then on top of it is growing this like greeny black, half like slug, half venom, like symbiote looking thing. And what I'll say, so it's when it's there, it's not really moving over the rock. It's just like this sort of tongue thing coming out of it. That's almost like tasting the air. The first thing when I saw that was, it looks really organic.
Oh no, mate! Don't get me wrong. When you explained this to me, and I thought, you know what, this is going to be. It's going to look shit. And then I looked at it and thought, it does remind me of something that you'd see in a rock pool, but under the water.
It looks alive. It really. I don't know. I've seen loads of stuff come out. People said, "Oh, it's debunked. It's this, that." I haven't seen anything like. I don't think the guys come out and said, "Oh, it's bullshit." So I'll always stand when you've only got a person's story, right? So your debunk is Jeff says he's found an alien, and you go, "I've debunked Jeff found an alien." I don't think that's a debunk until Jeff says, I made it all up. Because a debunk to me has to be fucking cast iron truth. Yeah. So at the minute, all people seem to be doing, like the debunk side of it, is just conjecture.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that the only bit that looks shit to me is the rock that's silver. And that is because cause I've done a bit of highlighting before with like silver, gold and stuff like that. And the black bits on it looks like that's where the gold, the silver's just not got in. But it also could be, part of the texture of it. I don't know. It's odd. I mean, I'll carry on playing it. It's fucking odd looking, I have to say that. And I kept thinking, how's he doing it then? Because how's he keeping it looking moist without it dripping everywhere on the plate? Because if it had like some sort of tubing going into it with water running through it, then you'd see the water when it flickers, it would be dripping on the plate.
See, to be fair, Ollie, just let me, before we go on with this, let me just bring something up.
Well, this has got 19 seconds. Shall I just let it finish? Should we let Neil finish?
Yeah, let it finish.
Up, like when an asteroid breaks through Earth's atmosphere. But not all life is fragile. We've even found types of bacteria here on Earth that live in the most extreme conditions.
These are entities that are here on this Earth.
Thank you.
Just keep that. Bring it down, but keep it handy, Ollie, because I wouldn't mind listening to what.
That's still part of the same video. This guy's just he's edited it into the video.
All right, well,
I've got that saved on RX anyway.
Yeah, keep it, because we'll bring that up in a minute, because I think that's really interesting as well. So I'm just sorry for the audio listeners here. That's a meteorite. That's a piece of meteorite. I don't think that looks.
It's not 100 miles away, is it?
No, like obviously the other one was smoother, but I don't think the finish on that is like 100 miles away from what that guy's rock was. So
just quickly, it would be a lot easier to paint a rock than a potato. To use a rock, just to actually use a rock, I want it to look real, so I need it to look like a meteorite. Oh, what are meteorites made out? Well, they're generally made out of rock. Okay, yeah, give me a potato, I'll use that.
That's fair. Yeah, sorry. Do you know what? I thought you were a retard then, Ollie, but you bang on. Yeah, you'd pick a rock, wouldn't you?
You'd use a rock. Like you wouldn't use a potato, would you? Because potatoes over a few days left out in the open, what happens to them? They start to grow fucking
reptiles and the venom things.
Yeah, no, but they go crinkly, don't they?
Yeah, no, you're right. I hadn't thought of that. Like the idea that if someone's concerned, what am I going to do? I'm bored. I live in the jungle. I need something. I'm going to go viral by pretending a fucking alien has landed in my jungle. How am I going to make something look like a rock? I know. I'll get a potato, not a rock. Yeah, no, yeah. Because the other thing you could have done as well. See, what really gets me about this is the size, because he starts off so small. It would have been easier to start off larger. I know why he started off so small, because this is the thing got to remember. This, obviously, if it's a prop, it's not growing, because, like, spoiler, this thing grows pretty fucking large.
I've got the next clip ready for whenever, but, this, so he had to move this thing to a safe.
Yeah, well, he took it to an abandoned, like he ended up taking it to an abandoned military base. I think that was like a abandoned military building that was in the jungle, and he put it into a safe, and then eventually into a large chest freezer.
Yes. So this is the bit that I've got now. This is the most up to date bit. Is the freezer.
Right.
So I wonder if this is Neil as well.
We've just gotten a
full
chilling
screen that,
update
mate.
from Kin Panama, and this one changes everything. The caption alone is enough to send shivers down your spine. Sorry, folks. I think I'll kill this tomorrow. But is that a promise? A cry for help? Or a warning? Kin has now named the entity. He's calling it K25. And if history tells us anything, the moment something is given a name, it becomes more than an object. It becomes a presence. The footage shows K25, now enormous inside the freezer.
Lee,
Not
Google
lifeless,
it, K25.
not dormant, but moving. It looks like it's breathing. Slow, pulsing contractions, or maybe expansions, as if this mass of glossy black matter has lungs, or something stranger. Its surface ripples, then clenches, then releases, almost like a gigantic web of tar that somehow learned how to inhale. Watching it is nauseating, disturbing, and yet hypnotic. Kin then pushed his camera even closer, right up against the thing. And in that shot, K25 pulses in grotesque rhythm, opening and closing like a living wound. It isn't just movement, it's intention. Glossy, wet, reflective, like alien muscle fibers coated in oil. The internet is already exploding with theories. One of the loudest is that Kin made this with graphene oxide, and that this is one big hoax. But others who claim to work with graphene oxide are saying the opposite. Which is scarier, that it might be graphene, or that it's something we don't even have a name for. And then comes the strangest twist yet. Kin posts another video, this time driving at night. The camera points toward the safe. The implication is clear. He's put K25 back inside and is taking it somewhere. But where? And why? Did he make contact with a group, a lab, or maybe even the government that now wants possession of K25? Or is he fleeing, realizing too late that this thing has grown beyond what one man can contain? We need to think big picture here. If K25 thrives in darkness, then exposure to light is fuel. If it grows without food, then its fuel is something we don't understand. If it pulses like lungs, maybe it's not breathing air. Maybe it's breathing us. Attention, fear, energy. And if Kin truly believes this is demonic, then the phrase "kill it tomorrow" implies that Kin feels like whatever this thing is, it's not good. But what do you guys think? Did Kin get contacted by a government agency and now he's spooked, moving K25 in the dead of night? Is he finally realizing this thing is evil and spiraling out of control? Or is the whole saga a massive hoax built to blow up the internet? Drop your take in the comments with why you believe it.
I mean, yeah,
There's
drop it in
another
hours
video,
as well.
Ali.
Say that again, mate.
There's another video, Ali.
There's another one.
There's
I
another
thought you would
video.
Google what did you call it? K25? He's released it.
I don't know if that is the same thing.
It looks like it.
It's people on X are saying it's the same thing. But I can't make my mind up whether this is like a piece of kelp or something and that's a fish underneath.
Yeah.
What I will say is I don't think it's AI. Because there's one thing
How
I've
would you
noticed.
tell they stay that though?
No, but if there's one thing AI is really poor at, it's water breaking. It's water breaking and reflections. It's something I've noticed with a lot of AI videos lately, is that the if you've got water reflections, and it just can't do them properly. Because the thing is, like with the way our AI works, being, like someone, if I'm talking absolute shite here, please come at me and tell me. So an AI image is a solid image, regardless of what's on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like where if you were to make something in Photoshop, you choose layers. It's a thing. It's a single thing, like a painting, or AI a picture or something like that is a single thing that's created, not like sketched out and then filled in with colors and stuff. It's one thing. So it struggles with. I think it struggles with water because there's not layers in the middle of it to work it out. So when it's doing reflections, it's kind of rendering the reflections on the fly. Do you know what I mean? I'm explaining it badly.
I know you fly. It's done the underwater bit very well, where it's churning up the mud as well.
Yeah.
The thing is with this, I don't think that's a fish.
I don't think it's a fish either.
But what I will say is, people saying, "Well, this is clearly a hoax. This is clearly fake." I've said this before with and I know me and you probably differ on this, but with the Skinny Bob video in our intro. So if you go over to our YouTube and you watch our intro, there is a still that I put in that image, not still, sorry, a small clip from the Skinny Bob video, which the alien is completely different. And somebody who has now weirdly kind of disappeared off the internet, that was a CGI expert, said that the Skinny Bob video was definitely a hoax. However, this clip of this alien in that, he believes isn't a hoax, and that he said everything about the way it was filmed, that the grain on there, none of it was stock footage. Also, they couldn't find the stock footage used anyway for Skinny Bob, which is weird in itself because somebody would have found that by now. But I think sometimes with these things, they allow certain shit to just go out there, especially now. It seems like a good time for people to go, "Oh, that's a fucking hoax." Because you rang me and told me about this, and I said, it's probably a bunch of bullshit, this, Lee. I said that, and then, but you know what? What is it? Because it's definitely something living that is put on that potato. That's that little thing when it starts to waggle.
Yeah,
I don't think is done with some sort of air cylinder, because the way it's how wet it is, I think you'd start to see dripping on that tray, or the water would waggle, and there's no water going anywhere.
No, I don't. I mean, I'd say I don't know how to do. I don't know how he's done it if it was fake. But then again, I don't know anything about practical effects. So it's like me turning around and saying, "I don't understand how cars work," because I'm not a mechanic.
But at the same time, why has no one been round to fucking confiscate it if it's a fucking alien life form? You know what I mean? Why has no one took that potato?
Joe, I don't.
And
think
where's
that's
the
question,
potato?
Ollie. I don't think that's the question. I think the question is why, yet again, from the Las Vegas alien incident to the shopping mall incident to the reports of UFOs being shot down over Canada, to help me out here if I've missed any, to the backyard alien, to the grey caught on camera, which was supposedly going in front of that house.
Yeah,
like,
which was
really,
100% a grey alien.
Which is 100% a grey alien. It definitely wasn't somebody in a baseball cap, which was what
I thought Mick West said it was some like he thought it was like escaped sheep
goose.
that happened to have walked underneath somebody's washing line, and the baseball cap fell on the escaped sheep.
Fucking wild, isn't it, that man?
What has Mick West said about this? Has he said anything?
I don't think he said anything about this. But what I'm trying to say is that the wild thing about all this is the fact that you've got these stories that used to be held on the cover and in the pages of the Weekly World News, or like a story would pop up on 4chan, or something would be in like above top secret, but that's where they'd stay. But now these things are going viral, and people say, oh yeah, well, it's just because of social media, without thinking. So social media is completely controlled by the platforms. So if you don't want something to go viral, it doesn't go viral. It doesn't, like the whole thing of like, oh, it's natural reach. Yeah, of course. Like, so if you get people sharing stuff around, but if you like, if there are certain things, if you go on TikTok especially, I mean, we have had so many posts removed and videos as well, and it doesn't even tell you. Like, it'll just like posthumously like remove videos, and then you scrub down your timeline and you go, hang on a minute, we've had like 72 different videos removed over time. It's one of the reasons I don't fuck with TikTok anymore. I mean, I'll watch them because it's good for finding content, but it's never been a platform that we could really use, I don't think, anyway. But the thing I find weird is why these stories become big now. This reminds me, there was a back when viral meant everybody didn't know about it. Just still something could go viral, but it was just like a few people knew about it. Now for something to go viral, it has to be the world that finds out. There was a thing called the homunculus, and a homunculus.
I remember this. What was that now?
Well, the homunculus is an old alchemy thing, and I think it's the idea of impregnating a chicken egg with human semen. So anyway,
I've tried it.
Yeah. And you raw dogged it. You went straight for the chicken.
I broke a couple of eggs.
I don't know what I hate more: the idea of it, or the fact you're fucking pregnant chickens.
So this homunculus, did that create something? I can't remember.
Do you know what? Even for our podcast, anything I could have said there was over the line.
That's why I tried to get you to move on quickly.
Yeah. So, but this reminds me of the homunculus story. So, and that was I watched. Someone sent me the first homunculus video. This was like a couple of years ago, and it was all done and dusted and finished then. And like, I ended up down a fucking rabbit hole, took the day off work and everything, because I was up to like 6 o'clock in the morning watching all of them in succession because I was fascinated by it. Then they stop, and everyone's like, "Whoa, what's happened? Did the homunculus get him?" But what it turns out is, it turns out the guy just had a heart attack. He faked it all, but he just had a heart attack. And that's why there was no conclusion to the Munculus videos.
Maybe that's the same thing with Skinny Bob.
I thought that's exactly what I thought. I think I've said that actually on a little episode.
For anybody, if you want to go watch our little bite-sized, Lee did a great bite-size on Skinny Bob.
Yeah, the first bite-sized episode was on Skinny Bob. There was a new bite-size put out today on simulation theory. I think that's the last of the really short bite sizes. From now on, I think they tend to be like 15, 20 minutes. Might even nudge them a little bit longer.
It is odd, this little bastard. I'll tell you, what really sticks out in all of this is whether it be real or fake or whatever. Well, it's even going to be real or fake. There isn't a whatever.
Yeah. There's no middle ground, is there?
No, there's no middle ground. I mean, well, I suppose there is a middle ground. It could just be a really weird creature that actually lives here. But
that would fall under real.
Yeah. It's the graphene thing that sticks out to me. Like, do you remember Do you remember? So during the COVID thing, with the whole when people were saying about the graphene getting inside your bodies, but then you'd see weirdly so people was worried about the graphene, but then you'd see them using the graphene aliens in the movies. There's that TV series which is on Apple called Invasion, and the aliens are all like a graphene, and they kind of move like that thing. They do kind of move like that thing. I think that Venom kind of sparked up again at that point. I know Venom's been out for a while, but Venom in film form, when it really does look like fucking graphene, and it does, like, it looks like the way graphene moves when you get the magnets to it. I find that quite interesting with this, even if it is fake. I find this whole, I think there is something to this graphene that people are worrying about, and maybe worried for a reason.
Right. I get why you're saying that. Don't get me wrong. But what I will say is I'm honest enough to turn around and say, I don't know what graphene is. People talk with such authority about graphene nanoparticles and graphene nanorobots that they
graphene's it's similar to graphite, isn't it? But it's...
I know what graphite is. Graphite's like a
in your pencil.
Metal. Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know what people are saying, and I don't think they know what they're saying when people talk about graphene.
Well, some of the conspiracies with the graphene thing was with the COVID jab, and then it was going into the 5G elements of it, and like we're all going to fucking be microwaved.
I've seen them all, and then you get people that put fucking magnets into fucking Nesquik, and they come out. You go, motherfucker! Like, I'm sorry, if Nesquik was full of fucking metal filings, I feel I might have noticed.
I mean, I'll next time I see you, I'll stick a magnet on you. Yeah, but there was that big phase, wasn't there, where they were all doing the fucking black goo.
Yes,
people,
yeah, no,
it was massive.
And the black goo thing is still a thing. Don't get me wrong.
That's what I find most interesting about this footage.
Yeah. And that's exactly what it looks like. It looks like fucking Venom. It looks like symbiote.
I mean, at the same time, it could be a fake that's being made by fucking professionals that have an agenda that isn't just to get some clicks.
Well, it's one of the things I've thought for a while. Like
look when it's fucking come out, Lee. Look at what's going on in the world, and then you've got conspiracy theorists are probably the elite's worst nightmare. And I think a lot of these things that may get made or may get pushed, not for the general public to look at, but for the conspiracy theorists to fucking get them off the trail of other stuff.
That's 100% Project Mockingbird. That's. I see. Realistically, I don't think there's such a thing as conspiracy theorists anymore.
No, you mean just normal people?
Well, yeah. I mean, it used to be that, right? So I think like the first acceptable conspiracy theory. I mean, it might not be the first, but one of the first ones I can remember where I could sit down and talk to non-people that were into this stuff was the Kennedy assassination, closely followed by the moon landing. Most people will still look at you funny, going, "Oh, fucking, I don't think we landed on the moon," but like you can still have a conversation with most people about the moon landing, and I think it's 50-50 nowadays with that. It's 50-50 whether you're going to get, "Oh God, do you think we went to the moon?" Or people go, "Yeah, well, some
fucking Buzz Aldrin keeps saying we didn't go to the moon."
Yeah.
I've said it about 5 fucking times now.
I'm taking fucking Lightyear's word for it. But I just think that if you're not a conspiracy theorist now, to some degree, you're just not paying attention. You know, it doesn't matter whether it's like whether you believe in reptilians or fucking aliens, and it all almost feels mainstream now. Maybe that's because we're in it. Don't get me wrong. I understand there is definitely a like a local takeaway like effect to this. You know, like everyone thinks the local Chinese that's just around the corner from them is the best Chinese in the city. Everybody thinks that. And it's not. It's just you're biased to your particular bubble.
Mm-hmm.
But like Joe Rogan was talking about Pizzagate last week.
He fucking was, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's fucking insane.
Not only that, he says, "Well, actually, no. You might want to watch that fucking
he backed
documentary."
It. None of this like, oh no, it's that's bullshit and batting somebody else away. He was fucking backing that. So yeah, I think everybody's a conspiracy theorist to a certain level.
Well, speaking of everybody being a conspiracy theorist, look at fucking Tim Bird shit. I mean, with the shit that he's a guy in fucking Congress. Yeah. And this is a guy that looks at people's fucking, I don't know, the bills and stuff like that, and how to get the town better, and eventually might want to run for fucking president. But this guy's talking aliens, Lee. Aliens, and he's been doing this for, well, I think he's been doing it for the past fucking 2 or 3 years. And I find that interesting that somebody that, is in politics is talking about aliens. So let's bring this clip up. Let me just make sure it's not too loud.
What if these are entities that are here on this earth? What if these are entities that are here on this earth, that have been on this earth, that who knows how long, and that
close the messages, Ollie.
We think they're coming in from way out. Maybe they did millennia ago, but they're here and they're in these deep water areas, and that's why.
Other side,
I mean, like we say, we know more about the face of the moon than we do what's going on there. Now, we have a higher propensity of sightings around these 5 or 6, I believe, deep water areas, and so to me, it just it creates a question there. And then when we have naval personnel telling me that we have these sightings and that there's these underwater craft they're chasing that are doing hundreds of miles an hour, and the best we've got is something that does maybe just a little under 40 miles an hour. So I got a lot of questions about that stuff, and I mean.
Thanks, Tim. Appreciate you.
See, this is something that's really being pushed right now, isn't it? And I think we're going to get something. I've always said I think this movie's got an ending.
Mm-hmm.
I think what's going to be like the official line. I really loved like what Understanding Conspiracies. Oh God, what's his name? Help me, Ollie.
Oh,
Paul Stops. Yeah, I really loved what he said the other day when we were on his show. When he said you've got 2 theories now. You've got the official theory and the official conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
It's like 2 things that are put out. So obviously the official theory is UFOs and aliens, fucking weather balloons, whatever it is, misidentified aircraft, Lockheed Martin secret tech that we just don't know about. The official conspiracy theory or what seems to be developed is not aliens, parallel species living under the water in like deep ocean locations. I really think that's going to be what's pushed out.
Yeah, I think that it's the writings on the wall. That seems pretty obvious. That's what they're going to push. But are they pushing it, or is that fucking what it is? Are they finally fucking telling us kind of what's going on?
Well, did you see the video of Roswell that turned up on the National Archives?
No. The video.
Fucking- yeah.
You're
So
talking
it's
about
only
like a people are
It's
going to think
only
we're acting
short.
here. I've not actually seen this, and I should have done.
yeah, it's pretty wild. So this was added to the National Archives. This video, so it's legit.
I've seen stills of this, and I've seen. Is there a giant object? Was there a giant object removed from it?
It's this here. That people
piece
are
of
saying
metal?
is the object. Yeah. But I mean, like, this is wild considering that it's been put in the National Archives as like this is Roswell. Again, can't fucking see anything. But if I can go back out of this, people are pointing out how similar it is to the sketches of what supposedly crashed there.
Yeah, this is the thing that I've seen lots of people talk about. I mean, it could quite possibly be part of the wing of that.
Oh yeah, well this is the thing. It wouldn't be the whole thing. It's going to be debris of something. But the fact it's been slipped in there, I don't know if you remember, Ollie, but I said, oh God, we must be on for 5-6 years ago, something like that. That maybe 5-6 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. I can't remember. But when we used to do Alien Addict,
Yeah.
and I said that they would use Roswell as disclosure. That's what they're gonna use to say, like to as in it's palatable. People already know about it, and I think we're gonna get crash debris photographs and bodies eventually.
Well, they said last year, I think it was last year, that this year, which they ain't got long left, they were going to release everything they had on Roswell. So we're seeing that. Are we seeing that now, or has that been out all along?
No, that's new.
That's
like
new. So we're starting to see.
That just turned up.
Interesting, because they did say this last year. They said that we would start to see everything that they have on Roswell. Everything. Then show me the pilots. That's what I say. Show me the pilots. This is the dramatic silence on purpose.
Well, my maths isn't great. You see, I'm under pressure here, and I should be like, it should be fine, and it's not. But the Roswell incident happened in 1946.
1947.
1947. 2027 would be a big anniversary.
It would be. It would be a good anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can you imagine? That would be the perfect way to disclose.
There's a video I haven't watched yet. We never managed to, unfortunately, sort the date out with Polarity. He was supposed to come on this podcast a while ago, but it's through no fault of his. He was up for coming on any time, and it was merely a scheduling issue with us, with him being in Australia and us being in the UK. He struggled to do weekends, and he said I can do any weekday, and we struggle to do weekdays because unfortunately we have jobs to do that isn't just this
and sprogs.
Yeah. So it was just something that didn't line up. Hopefully we'll speak to him again. We'll speak to him in the future because I really like his YouTube channel. But he's just put a video out about another 4chan leak, which is essentially goes around the thing of saying like, look, like the Earth has protection from like intergalactic like law and stuff like that, intergalactic forces, and that protection stops in 2027. And it's 4chan, so it's probably bullshit, but it's.
I mean, it was aliens that took 4chan down.
It was aliens that took 4chan down, but we keep being fed this day and this date.
2027.
Mm-hmm.
We do. We keep being fed the date. I don't know what it fucking means. I'll be honest with you. My bumhole, when it gets to 2027, will be pulsating every day. Not in a good way.
No.
Because it's not just the fucking UFO people saying this date. It's the people that are involved in AI. It's the like religious people. People are saying that date.
Yeah, everyone's saying it. It doesn't matter what, like the rapture is like the original religious people are saying that it could be the rapture. The UFO people are saying it's an invasion or it's disclosure. The AI people are saying it's super intelligence will be achieved in 2027. There's
people in politics have brought it up.
Fucking the like climate climate catastrophe, like Younger Dryas people are saying like, oh, that's the pole shift. The pole shift is 2027. Geopolitical experts have predicted that like 2027 is going to be like a year of mass civil unrest and disobedience, like across the world. It's there is almost no group which doesn't have a doomsday scenario which involves that particular year, which is, I mean, don't get me wrong, I was alive in 2011. I was also alive in 2010, and I was still alive come 2013, and that was not supposed to be what happened going through 2012. Like, I would say that was that's the closest I've ever been to like fully buying into a doomsday thing. Like and do you know what the wild thing is? Other people might have heard this on the podcast because I'm sure I've said it before. Do you know what finally convinced me that the world might end in 2012? Was the fact that the new video game consoles were stretched out.
I remember you having that conversation with me, yeah.
And I was like, no, why would they do that?
That's kind of happening now, though, isn't it? They're like kind of fucking each other, like with the prices and stuff like that. It's like, well, we just fucking need to fucking just whoops.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy. Yeah, video games deserve a conspiracy show all of their fucking own now. But I don't know. But before we start kind of wrapping this stuff up, we'll get in a little bit to the. Is it the Buga sphere?
Pronounce it whichever way you feel like what pleases you.
I like
Buga.
Yeah, I like because it means I can go, oh, you little bugger. So here's a guy talking about it. He's going to give us a quick 2-minute roundup of like the story so far on it, and then we've got a slightly longer video to play immediately after it. So let's start with this.
So apparently they actually captured real alien technology in Colombia, and it's all on video. You know those orb UFOs we've been seeing zipping around in faraway, blurry, shaky phone cam footage? Well, they caught one, or so they say, after it fell from the sky after getting shocked by a power line. Called the Buga sphere, observed by multiple witnesses and recovered by a group of amateurs near Buga, Colombia. And it was all caught on camera by 2 separate individuals, from it flying around before falling to the ground to them actually walking up to it, which honestly looks pretty convincing. They claimed the sphere was freezing cold to the touch when they first picked it up, and that one of them also got very sick for days after touching it. It weighed about 4.5 pounds when they first recovered it, but after taking it to a lab, it somehow weighed closer to 22 pounds, about 5 times heavier. It's engraved with all these crazy looking designs, symbols, and grooves that go all around it. On the front, there's a particular pattern that looks like a circuit board, surrounded by what appear to be characters in an unknown language. When using AI to translate it, it read, "The origin of birth through union and energy in the cycle of transformation, meeting point of unity, expansion, and consciousness, individual consciousness." Okay, take that with a grain of salt. Among the researchers in the independent lab that took it in for study was X-ray radiologist Jose Luis Velasquez, who performed a series of in-depth scans on it, and he found out just how impressive this object really is. The scans determined the sphere is made of 3 very dense layers, has a chip-like core on the inside with perfect internal symmetry, and has 18 tiny microspheres inside of it as well that happen to align with the circuit board pattern on the outside, which ufologists are claiming is what powers the device's anti-gravity, possibly a zero-point energy propulsion system. 32 dots align the grooves that surround the entire sphere, which appear to have been drilled out from the inside. Despite it having no signs of welding, joints, or seams anywhere along its surface, yet appears to be a completely homogeneous object, which is just impressive engineering by any means. It was also measured as emitting its own electromagnetic field, and its surface temperature was unusually variable, going up and down at all times. It also didn't react to heat, neither scorching nor even getting hotter when they put a blowtorch to it, and when they poured water on it, it evaporated while staying completely cool to the touch. Rumors went around that Russia contacted the team in possession of the sphere with an offer to purchase it before it was sent to Mexican authorities, who allegedly now have possession of it and are studying it further. We do know for sure it's an artificial object, whether it be man-made or extraterrestrial made. And obviously the internet is in an uproar, absolutely insisting this is just another hoax. I just think it's funny that when we get blurry, shaky cam UFO videos, skeptics claim it's inconclusive and demand high quality footage, but whenever we do get tangible, conclusive, and up-close evidence like this, the same people call it fake. Which, hey, it very well might be, but man, I really hope it's not. So apparently, they actually captured real...
So, that was the ball as far as I was concerned.
We've had a ball before as well. Don't forget, people, we've had the Bet sphere back in the day. Yeah. So if you look up after this, look up the Bet sphere. And
I didn't realize either. I didn't realize that your man Graham, is it Graham? What's his name? The ufologist guy, the scientist.
Oh, Gary Nolan.
Gary Nolan. I didn't realize he was heavily involved with that sphere.
Yes, that's the weird thing, and that he's not a fucking he's not a kook, you know.
No, but like I didn't realize until like he was on Rogan and he was talking about the Bet sphere. I was like, oh, whoa! I didn't know he had anything to do with that. So,
I know a guy. I've interviewed a guy before. I don't think you were on with the show. That he had a mate that had a few of these balls landed on his garden, and he got one of them, and it moved around his fucking living room, like really oddly. And I've not got in touch with that guy since, so I might have to chase him up.
Well, this is a new update on it. This is from the UAP Files podcast, so big thanks to them for putting this together in a nice short video. All the other short videos were really long. This one's at least 6 minutes. So essentially this sphere they have carbon dated. Stephen Greer put the results out, but I'll let the UAP Files or UFO Files podcast explain what was going on with it.
Hey guys, Jimmy here. I wanted to give you a update and some of my thoughts on the Buga sphere carbon dating report that's just come out, the scientific report into the age of some of the resin. Let me give you some backgrounds of this case and why this is significant, some of the criticisms and some of my thoughts on it. So the Buga sphere was first sort of shown to the world by Jaime Maussan, allegedly filmed and then recovered and then tested, and all sorts of things have happened since. It's been quite sensational. There's been a lot of criticism. The main criticism at this point is we don't really know who this guy is. The scientific testing doesn't appear to be very scientific, and there's really no chain of custody involved in this case. Why it's interesting and significant is because dating back, I mean, centuries, certainly decades, we look at World War II and the Foo Fighters, Allied forces were seeing discs and spheres and balls of light, lots of reports of metallic spheres. And if we look at the morphology, one of the most common morphologies of UFO objects, even from Arrow have said, you know, this is the most common. And we see it in the UK. There's lots of work being done at the moment with sphere networks, and a British researcher that's talked about that quite recently on the Chris Ramsey Area 52 podcast. Go check that out. That was really interesting. So we know that metallic spheres are all over the place, going back decades, if not centuries. So that's why that's interesting. The problem with this case is that we don't really know who's testing it and what's being tested because of that chain of custody, and it needs to be really, really scientific. And this is a criticism that we gave to Jaime back in the earlier days of the Nazca mummies, where things were just, you know, it was just done in a basement, you know what I mean? It was, but since then it's really progressed, and they've gone, okay, scientists, come on over and check it out. And we've had some really credible people, you know, we've interviewed a scientist who's super, super credible, and you know, he's an expert, and he's saying, look, this is at least a new species, if not non-human. And really, really compelling stuff. And it's got more and more scientific as time has gone on, and people are paying more and more attention to the Nazca mummies. Go check out Jesse Michael's recent mini documentary where he went out there and did some great work on it. So if we look at that situation and then we look at this one, how can you get resin from a Buga sphere? So the resin supposedly is resin that holds together the fibers within this sphere, or on the exterior of this sphere, and that's been sent off to this lab. Some concerns around the report. There's some spelling mistakes in the report. Having spelling mistakes in a report doesn't necessarily mean that the report's not genuine. I mean, I make spelling mistakes all the time. I'm dyslexic. I've got a qualification in electrical engineering, so you know, I know a bit about electrical engineering. I make spelling mistakes all the time. That doesn't really mean anything. Having said that, we don't know where the resin has come from, right? So this is the point. Can you get resin that's 12,000 plus years old? Well, yeah, you can quite easily. You can get it from archaeological digs, you can get it from museums, you can get it from on the you know, civilian market by buying old gems. There's all sorts of ways that you could get a small sample and attribute it to this object and send it off to a legitimate lab, and a legitimate PhD does the test on it and gives you a report back and says it's 12,000 plus years old. Ta-da, incredible. But we don't really know the chain of custody of this sample. So that's kind of the problem that we're getting with this, and it's rare that you would get a case that's just perfect chain of custody, and that's the problem in ufology, isn't it? What's the chances that a Buga sphere is just going to land at Harvard University with, you know, the head of resin sampling for carbon dating? Like, it's not going to happen, is it? So, not that there is one of those, but you get the point I'm trying to make. And I think that's the criticism that we levy at Jaime Maussan, is that his sort of his way of being very dramatic and sensational is very old-fashioned in ufology, and I don't blame him for that. You know, he came up in a world when that was how you presented things to the public to gain that traction, and things have moved on since then, and we're heavily critical of that style now. And it's all about, no, what's the, you know, we're all going to analyze this, and the debunkers are going to analyze it, and then we're going to try and rebunk it, and then, you know, if we're lucky, some scientists and some experts will get involved, and then they'll do their own version of debunking or rebunking, and then we go around in circles. And that's, you know, I don't know when ufology will change to be able to have some sort of common consensus of, look, this is legitimate, and this isn't, this is worth paying attention to, and this isn't. So that's where we are at the moment. There are some criticism of the sort of Mexican labs and Peruvian labs that are doing some of the testing of the, you know, this and the Nazca mummies as well. And I think that there's an element there of, like, you know, they're not American, so therefore we don't have to pay too much attention, or, you know, those universities where things are being tested aren't as credible as our universities in parts of Europe and in American stuff, which feels a little bit dirty to me. I don't like that. You know, why do we give less credibility to a PhD in the States than we do to a PhD in, you know, Mexico City, for example? I think that's a bit strange. And there's probably some underlying issues there. Either way, there's an issue with this object. It's worth paying attention to, but equally it's worth giving skepticism to, and to follow the scientific method, and to encourage them to be more scientific, because we've got very little hard samples of whatever these spheres are. So if somebody alleges that they've recovered one, we should be paying attention to it and either ruling it in or out. That's my thoughts. So I'm not endorsing anything. I think it's really interesting. I think we should pay attention to it, but I think we should hold them to high standards in scientific researching of those objects. At the moment, we're still not quite there, but this is interesting, an interesting development. Let's follow it up.
So it's 12,000 years old, basically.
You basically confirmed.
either that, or they stuck some resin inside
or they used some or they just what they sent away wasn't a sample of the object at all. It was a sample of something older, which would then come back to have that result. I have massive
balls.
Medium size. No, nothing I'd be worried about.
Mm-hmm.
Like not small, like they're there, but like nothing where I go, ooh, need to get that checked out.
Wholesome,
yeah, a good handful. I have massive fucking alien mummy vibes about this, and I had the alien mummy vibes well early. When we were looking at those things,
I know what you're saying is this is going to get more and more interesting the further it moves along.
Yeah,
and then right when we're right at the tip of it, it's going to fucking disappear.
I don't think so.
I think it's going to go missing, Lee.
Maybe. The actual ball will go missing.
I think one day they're going to go off. It's fucking gone.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something, though. While I was watching that, do you remember that painting of Jesus and I don't know if it was Jesus and God or Jesus or...
It's Jesus and Mary, isn't it? With it in the background, the thing in the background looks very much like that.
I mean, I know it's a podcast, but we can explain it.
It's all right. We just played a load of videos, Ollie.
Yeah. That...
Oh that? yeah. Sorry, I was thinking of something else, but yeah, carry on. See, like, right, make it bigger for the people in the back row. See, I have a problem with this sort of thing. Not to be a debunky Susan, but
this is a real picture, you know.
Yeah, but it's clearly God and Jesus up on clouds, painting the globe. They're painting Earth.
I mean, those are odd-looking paintbrushes. There's no bristles to that. And on the top,
they're pens, though.
And on the top of each one is a cross on the top of one of them, and one is I don't know what the other.
I'd have been able to see if you'd made it bigger.
If I click on it, it'll go away and bring me some advertisement. I've tried that.
Oh, right, okay. No, but I like people have attributed that one in particular to UFOs before and like aerials for some reason, but I've always looked at that as that is God and Jesus on a cloud, like drawing the earth.
Yeah, the thing is, I see what you're saying there. It's just when you zoom in on them, they don't look like paintbrushes. They're not paintbrushes. Also, there is, if you look at a lot of old paintings, there is spheres in others.
Oh yeah, no. There's one in particular I can't think of right now. I can't think which one it is, which has got a sphere in it, which looks very much like the Buga sphere. I'm going to go with that. I think that's pronunciation.
Has anybody like debunked? I don't mean debunked it, but has anybody debunked's the wrong word. Translated the writing on it?
Yeah, the guy said before. I can't remember what they said. What he said the writing
all
was.
Of it.
No, I don't think anyone's translated all of it. like even the debunk stuff. It's like what I said before about debunks. They're not debunks. They're debunks on vibes. You know, like people look at something and go, I kind of think it's shit.
Right.
It's probably fake.
Me and you own the lab. Yeah, it's our lab. Gary Nolan, we've brought him in.
Right.
It's ours. Do we chop it open?
I mean, that's my first point of call. I'd have had one of those fucking aliens split in half.
You'd have ripped that thing out of its chest.
We've got two. Wait, no, the big ones that are all bent up and hunched up, the big tall fuckers.
Sawn one in half, like the museums where you can look
straight down the middle. Straight down the middle. Because be like, look, we've got two. We've got two here. Two for the price of one. Let's find out what's in one of them.
And if it's just, you can always put it back together.
The sphere, if I genuinely believed it was some sort of 0 point energy thing, I might think twice about that.
You mean because of the
potential of boom booms? Yeah.
Maybe
that's like, it would be like my 9/11. Like how like Larry Fink, I think it was, and a load of other prominent people just didn't turn up for work that day in the towers. That might be my 9/11 day. It's like, oh, is tomorrow the day that we're going to crack it open? Yeah, see you at 9. Everyone will be there around with the drills going, have you seen Lee? I think he's in the toilet. And boom.
It's a fucking little interesting round thing. I will say that. And if it's
so
fake,
many of these stories,
somebody's done a good job of it.
Yeah, but there's so many of these stories.
The spheres.
Not just spheres, like the fucking New York UFOs, like the drones that were flying around, the sphere that grounded. Was it Heathrow or Gatwick?
People are forgetting about that one, and in the United States, I bet they will forget about that one.
Mm-hmm.
And in the UK, people won't even be interested because they're more interested in fucking, I don't know, shit. That was fucking weird. That was really weird.
It's weird that's had to happen twice. It's happened twice and no one talks about it.
Hang about, didn't an airport get shut down the other day as well?
Oh, I don't know about this.
Yeah,
in England?
I think it was England. I think it was England.
Oh, was that Gatwick as well? Because my friend's flight was cancelled.
I wish I can't.
Was that yesterday?
I just remember somebody telling me that an airport was shut down for some reason. I'm like, fucking hell. Naturally, I thought, you know what, it'll be in some sort of
terrorism.
Well, I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say like something in a bin that shouldn't be there.
That sounds like terrorism.
Well, it just might be something that stinks.
Terrorism stinks.
Yeah, probably terrorism. You're right.
Yeah, like that's just what that's the thing that really gets me. Is I've liked stuff like this for ages. So like from the inception of YouTube to like YouTube was, I got my first laptop and YouTube was there. I didn't realize YouTube was like released months before I got my first laptop. Yeah. I was on fucking dial-up still, didn't have broadband yet. If I wanted to watch a video on YouTube, I had to like press pause and then go and make a cup of tea and then come back and say, oh, is there enough? Is there enough downloaded where I can watch? If I get halfway, I can watch this half while the other half comes in. Yeah, so I've always, like, as soon as I found the internet, immediately started looking for pictures like UFOs and stuff like that.
Me too. Me too. Yeah. That's all I used YouTube for.
Yeah.
I think that's all anybody used YouTube for back in the day. That was what it was there for.
Honest, Ollie.
You want, mate?
I think you're right. And one of the big things I think is, I think one of the reasons that I don't particularly go. In fact, I don't. To be perfectly honest, I don't go on at all, because I follow a few influencers, like in the conspiracy influencers that do like the deep web, deep dives and stuff on things. A bit of me's always wondered whether that's been turned into such like a den of sin to put people off going off track, going off piste, and potentially stumbling across things that are actually fucking sensitive and like fucking real. And I kind of think that's where the old day YouTube must have been pushed to. There must be stuff there. There must be stuff like deep web stuff. That if you know where you're going, it's such a fucking faff.
Mate, I think they paid, like, you know, when you saw that fucking influx of fucking celebrities that just came onto YouTube doing fucking crazy shit. I think some of those got paid from the get-go. I think some of those may have been paid from the get-go. Before even they got the advertisement money. Come on our platform. We want in this platform.
Was the big people on YouTube back then though?
I mean, it's such a fucking blur.
I don't see. I don't think there was. I think the YouTube created stars. Like YouTube created its own
I mean,
stars.
that's fair to
PewDiePie, Logan Paul, all those sort of guys. You know, they were like the first wave of like big YouTubers.
Yeah, now you've just got the failed actors going on and explaining their political views.
Yeah, MKBHD. You know, there was a few guys that just went hard and fucking got the rewards for it. But like But I think you're right, though. I think there was, you know, in that time, and even that from then up till like 2008, 2009 sort of time, past that, that was they were the big, like Dave Weiss pointed out when he was on, you know, his views obviously like a very flat Earth centric view on this stuff, but. You know, flat Earth was the most searched term on YouTube when they clamped down on conspiracy theories. That's not just like, oh, Dave Weiss saying something or Mark Sargent saying something. That's like fact. We know that. I remember at the time you couldn't move for flat Earth stuff on YouTube.
The people from YouTube were in front a like some sort of Congress.
It was Congress. Thing. It was a congressional hearing. Yeah.
Yeah. And they said, what are you going to do about this flat Earth?
It wasn't necessarily flat Earth. It was conspiracy theory in general.
It was mainly flat Earth that got mentioned, though.
Yeah.
The flat Earth thing was the one that was causing the most problem, you know, with all these flat Earth terrorists that fucking...
Those dangerous fucking flat Earthers.
Those dangerous flies.
Yeah. Fuck. It'll never not be
offending you with their T-shirts.
It will never not be interesting to me how much that shit was fucking shut the fuck down.
Yeah, that's fucking wild. You know what we didn't plug at the beginning of the show, Lee? Tomorrow's show.
We didn't plug tomorrow's show, and we said at the beginning of this show we absolutely would do. We got Sean Hibbler back with us tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to that show. Sean's great. Yeah, he was great with us last time. He's coming back to talk to us about his new documentary, Climate Trails.
It's fucking great, by the way.
Yeah, it is. It's fucking awesome. Did you watch it yesterday? Did you?
I did watch it yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, I
watched it while I was cooking a lamb.
An entire one?
No, just its leg.
Ah, there's a fucking very limpy lamb out there.
I mean, I'm sure they used the other leg.
Maybe not.
Wouldn't that be wild if, like, farms did that?
just what we're just bastards. What do you do? We just take one leg.
Would that be more humane? Maybe people wouldn't complain as much. Oh yeah. We've got very humanized farms. We just take a leg.
Just give them wheels.
Yeah.
Little sheep cars.
But yeah, Sean Hibbler is on tomorrow, people.
Yeah, it's going to be a good show. Like we said at the top of the hour, if you've got to the end of this show and you've gone, oh, like they said at the beginning, I do fucking hate these adverts. It's now only $2.99 to get rid of them. So head over to the Patreon. The links are in the description. You can get rid of all those annoying adverts. We will put things up in parity with the podcast. So when things go up on the podcast, things will go up on Patreon. That was it. Yeah. Things will go up on Patreon. We may stop putting the video feeds up on Patreon so people can just go to YouTube and watch the videos because they're up there anyway, and it means we can just launch everything together at the same time. That's kind of one of the ideas of this sort of thing, is just to drag everything into line, and like the Patreon is there as a way to either you might just want to support the podcast. I even know
most of the people just are there to support us, Lee. Let's face it.
Well, most people are there, but like there was the majority of our patrons have been there to get rid of adverts. There is also a couple of people that messaged me to just tell me, say, I subscribe to the Patreon, but I still listen on Spotify, so because I want you guys to get the ad revenue. They're doing the fucking Lord's work. But yeah, so it's, if you want to help us out and you're not bothered about the adverts, you can still do that. Or if they really fucking irritate you, $2.99, they're gone. There will be a slight difference between platforms. We charge $2.99. If Apple put like an Apple tax onto it, or if Google put a Google tax onto it, I don't know. That differs between countries as well.
What is the best way they can sign up to avoid that?
If you sign up directly through Patreon, I believe you usurp it. But if you sign up on your mobile device, so if you
is that through the Apple app, you mean?
Yeah. So if you just on your mobile device, so you download the Apple app, yeah, and do it that way, or the Apple, or the if you download the Patreon app from Apple, or you download the Patreon app from Google, I believe you get fuckery. I don't actually think it's a lot, to be perfectly honest. I don't think it makes a huge difference. If someone could sharpen me up on it. But if you go to Patreon, as in the website, you can sign up on Patreon. Then you can download the app on your phone. You can still use it on your phone. You can log in. But it's better if you sign up through the website rather than on your mobile device. It's a bit cheaper. We get the same either way. We make the same money whether Google charges you more or not. It's kind of out of our hands, that sort of stuff.
Well, that seems like we've done all the things.
Yeah, we're getting really close as well to the 100,000 download Spotify. So 100,000 Spotify streams countdown too. So next week, I think it'll be next week, we will be looking towards our 1 million downloads within 100,000 downloads time. So over the next month or so after that, we will be, I don't know, we'll have to think of something. We want to give some stuff away anyway. I think that's
we could
that's
probably
the
do a
main
live,
thing, Yeah, we could probably go live when it happens.
Do a live for everybody.
Episode. But yeah, it would be it'd be cool to have some prizes as well. We might do something with some shares. So if we put a post out and everyone shares it, we can pick somebody at random and give them a prize or something.
T-shirt or something.
Yeah,
sounds good. T-shirt with and a picture of your testicles.
T-shirt's not big enough for that.
No. I meant give them a normal T-shirt and a picture of your testicles.
I mean, yeah, all right. Everyone's no one can hold you to ransom for a picture of your balls. Your balls fucking prove it. Go on.
I agree.
Right, let's fucking land this shit because we are waffling on. Thanks for listening to us. We will be back tomorrow with more stuff. As I said, Sean Hibbler will be joining us. It's going to be awesome. Ollie, take us out.
Your balls already did, Lee.